Welcome back, College Baseball Central fans. We're back for another preseason preview. Welcome back, fellas. I'm joined today by Noah Darling and Jake McKeever. Well, we're going to get the show started here. So, we rank all the teams here. So, those of you who have not watched one of our preview shows, we start with 13, and we're going to go down all the way to 1 here for the Big 12 since there's 13 teams now. All right, Texas Tech. Noah, tell us a little bit about this Texas Tech team, and then we're going to lean on our resident Texas folk, Jake, here after that.
Well, here are the things that the rest of us know about Texas Tech that our resident Texas folk do not know, or do know, but don't have to say. Gavin Cash, and they can't win on the road. Those are the two things that when you're following Texas Tech, you have to be able to track this year. For whatever reason, every time they leave Lubbock, you can almost pencil in a series loss. Don't know what it is. And Gavin Cash is an outstanding player who I'm sure he's going to mention it because that's just the way Jake is. But Jake will go ahead and take credit for Gavin Cash's career momentarily. Jake, go ahead.
But before we kind of jump into that, I mean, where does Texas Tech go from here? That's really going to be the answer. I mean, yeah, they're a national power who's been to Omaha numerous times, but they lost Mason Molina. They lost their Friday night ace. I mean, that usually doesn't happen from teams kind of blue blood. So, I mean, Texas Tech's kind of in new waters there. And again, Gavin Cash is, I think, the best hitter in the Big 12. Led the league in home runs, RBIs, total bases. I mean, he was hitting 7th and 8th for Tech when we saw them against A&M in March, and he was up in the 4-hole for them. Kevin Bazell, I think, will need to be a leader again for this team. He kind of had some growing pains as a freshman with some of the errors. And look for a breakout candidate from Will Burns. I know he started a ton of games up the middle for him, really didn't hit the ball well, but I think Will Burns has the talent to kind of, break out for Texas Tech. Slate-wise, you mentioned it, Noah. How is Texas Tech going to handle not being the Abyss team? That's now BYU. This isn't really that tough of a road trip for these teams now, relatively speaking, when you look at BYU. They draw Kansas and Baylor, and then also they have that famous Big 12 bye to close the year where they'll be playing Arizona State and UNLV. So they kind of get a Big 12 bye there at the end before the tournament. So how they kind of manage the staff that, again, lost their Friday night ace will tell the tale of this Texas Tech team.
It's funny that you mentioned the tournament because I feel like this team is a team that could not make the tournament, right? They could be starting to lose that blue blood status here. They have not been great as of late. I would like to see more from them. If this team wants to retain its blue blood status, they're going to have to be in that talk for hosting, and I don't think that they're there this year. Now, a lot can happen in the season. Cash could, hit 25 home runs, and this team could be outstanding, and I could be dead wrong. I don't see them replacing Friday Night Starter. I don't see them replacing. They're missing a lot of pieces again, just like this Oklahoma State team. Why I have them so low. I actually had Texas Tech at 8 because I feel like this team might be missing too many pieces to be great. But I've been wrong many times, so I could be wrong once more here with this Texas Tech ball club. But they struggle so much on the road. I want to see them at least take some series. Like you said, Jake, their road series this year are not difficult. They need to go out and win at least 3 of those, right? And compete for that Big 12. But I don't know what's going to happen here with this one.